It's midday. Hello, good afternoon, and welcome to the Citi Prime News. You are live from our studios at number 11, Dr. Martin Loop in Adabraka, Accra. My name is Ajuatin Krama Domina. Coming up, 3 teacher unions, including NAT and NAGRAT, declare nationwide strike effective today over conditions of service.
We, the 3 tertiary teacher union, do stand with our members and hereby declare a nationwide industrial action effective today, Wednesday, 20th March 2024, to press home our demand.
Also coming up in this bulletin, Vice President Dr. Baumi accuses Ghana Revenue Authority of harassing business communities under the guise of tax collection.
In 2025, we are going to grant a tax amnesty to all businesses and individuals and start afresh.
Also in this package, Parliament gives Finance Ministry up to the end of June 2024 to clear debts to District Assembly's Common Fund, which is in excess of 6 billion Ghana cedis.
We are looking forward to a report, and I hope that by the end of June, that is within 4 weeks from returning, we would have a report. All the arrears will be available.
And latest World Happiness Report shows Ghana has dropped 9 places to 120th least happy country out of 143 countries as the world marks International Day of Happiness today.
And we are not happy. I mean, our friends in other countries, when you chat with them, they tell you other good things about their country. But I don't think I can boast of Ghana currently. I even want to relocate. Yeah.
We have details of these stories and more in the next 30 minutes. Remember, the bulletin is live on Facebook on Citi 97.3 FM. We are also live on all our partner stations across the country. In the Western region, you can find us on Premier 100.5 FM in Takoradi Beach, 105.5 FM also in Takoradi. In the Bono region, this is Greener FM 95.9 in Sunyang. In the Ashanti region, this is Orange 107.9 FM in Kumasi. In the Volta region, you can tune into Global 105.1 FM in Ho, Adanu 107.7 FM in Adakluwaya. In the Northern region, this is Diamond 93.7 FM in Tamale. In the Upper West region, Westlink 88.1 FM in Laura. In the Upper East region, you can find us on Source 100.1 FM in Boko. And in the Northeast region, this is Scarp 101.3 FM. Please stay for details.
Citi Prime News at 12 midday. Update you on all the running stories and connect you to the newsmakers.
We're grateful for your company this afternoon. To our first story, Dr. Baumia, the Vice President of Ghana, has accused the Ghana Revenue Authority of harassing businesses under the guise of collecting tax revenue. He made this known in response to concerns by the Ghana National Chamber of Commerce and Industry on the existing tax regime in the country. According to Dr. Baumia, the current situation exists because the Ghana Revenue Authority sets unrealistic targets for its officers, which forces them to continue to find reasons to tax existing businesses.
That harassment is coming from the sort of targets they are setting their officers. They are setting them unrealistic targets. So you say, and this is because the tax base is so narrow. So you say to them, this is your target for this month. They are trying to figure out, where do I go? Then for them, it's very easy. You go back to where you got it the last time, isn't it? You go to the taxpayers, the people who are already paying taxes, and then you have to come up with a new reason why they should pay more. So you come up with all sorts of stuff. I mean, they themselves sometimes, frankly, don't understand the tax code. There are a lot of good, hard-working people there. They are my friends. But I'm saying that the targets that they are set, these hardworking officers, sometimes are very unrealistic. And that leads to harassment of business. Because you have to get something out of them. And this is why you say prepay when you haven't earned 1 cent, 1 city, and you have to prepay. And so I've been looking at this very, very seriously, and we are going to change the system.
Well, as part of efforts to change the system, Dr. Bawumia has assured of introducing a flat tax rate in 2025 and give tax amnesty to all businesses if voted into power.
In 2025, we are going to grant a tax amnesty to all businesses and individuals and start afresh. All businesses and individuals will have a tax amnesty and we will start afresh. So we are going to start a new system. It's a flat tax system. So we are going to wipe the slate clean for every individual and every business. And Ghana is going to start a new tax system, a flat tax system, as we have in Estonia. And in addition, we are going to do faceless audits. Officials should not come to businesses to do audits. The digital framework, you should have the information and audit facelessly and send whatever your audit findings are.
Well, let's stay with the NPP flag bearer, Dr. Bawumia, who has reiterated his vision to shift the development focus from social interventions championed by the Nana Akufo-Addo-led government to enhancing businesses and the private sector. Speaking during that interaction with the Ghana Chamber of Commerce and Industry, Dr. Bawumia noted that a host of new ideas towards revitalizing the private sector will soon be outlined.
We need to be transformational. And so we need to be taking decisions that will transform the country. And I don't believe going forward we are going to be doing the same things. I want us to do new things. I want us to do things we have not done before. And so I know that with you, we are going to work very closely together. I made the point on February 7th that where I want to go with this country, I said that in our first couple of terms in office, we have focused as a government.
On the education sector, Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia also reviewed that President Akufo-Addo will on March 25 commission the distribution of laptops to every senior high school student across the country as part of the Smart School project spearheaded by the Ministry of Education.
This is where we want to go. We have set up STEM schools for the first time in our history, and the curriculum is going to change. We are going to make coding a mandatory subject in senior high schools. But we are not just talking about it, we are doing it. On the 25th of this month, the president is going to commission laptops for every single senior high school student in Ghana. One student, one laptop. Without a laptop, how do you learn coding? How do you learn? We have to give these young people the tools so that we inculcate this whole transformation in the whole system so that they will feel that the society is ready for us to go to the next level. So this is where we are headed as a country. We want to lead. And so it's something that I am very excited about as far as our young people are concerned. They are brilliant, and we should do that.
Flag bearer of the New Patriotic Party, Dr. Mahamudu Bawumia. Let's take you to Parliament now. The first Deputy Speaker of Parliament, Joseph Osei-Wusu, says the House may be compelled to take on the Finance Ministry if it fails to come clear on its indebtedness to the District Assembly's Common Fund by end of June this year. This comes after the Member of Parliament for Ho Central, Benjamin Podo, revealed that the Finance Ministry owes the District Assembly's Common Fund to the tune of over 6 billion Ghana cedis as a result of its failure to release the funds quarterly as stipulated by the law. Although the Minister of State at the Finance Ministry designate Abena Osei-Asare assured the House of government's commitment to settle the arrears, Joseph Osei-Wusu says the Finance Ministry must release the appropriate figures to ensure various assemblies and MPs receive their respective entitlements.
I've listened to the beautiful English of the minister nominee, but I want to see evidence, the records. I want to be satisfied that the figures as put out by Honorable Kodo and put out by the Ministry of Finance have been reconciled, and we can put a hand to it that these are the exact figures. Otherwise, we will have to stand up against the Ministry of Finance, because I am emphatic on when it comes to the common fund, we must assert our authority as a house. That is the only fund that assures parity, equity, that every member has something to work with in his or her constituency. We are looking forward to a report, and I hope that by the end of June, that is within 4 weeks from returning, we would have a report. All the areas will be available, and the assemblies would get sufficient, and then the little that, the 5% that members are entitled to manage will also come to us.
You heard Joseph Oseiwusu. He's the first Deputy Speaker of Parliament. Away from that, 3 teacher unions have declared a nationwide strike effective today, March 20, 2024. The Ghana National Association of Teachers, NAT, the National Association of Graduate Teachers, NAGRAT, and the Coalition of Concerned Teachers, CCT, began the strike to protest what they say is the government's failure to address their conditions of service. Among other grievances are the continuous blockage of salaries of teachers, change in timetables without recourse to the unions, and a delay in distributing laptops to teachers. Addressing the media, the national president of NAT, Isaac Owusu, called on members to heed the call.
Service to complete the distribution of the laptops to all teachers is of concern. The rampant changes of the school calendar without recourse to negotiation with the teacher unions is affecting the smooth operation of the service. Also, the blockade of teacher salaries by the Office of the Special Prosecutor without recourse to the laid down procedures is a major worry. Ladies and gentlemen, our call to action. In the light of the above circumstances and given the delays and unfulfilled promises on the part of the employer and the Fair Wages and Salaries Commission, and also threats from the rank and file of our members, we, the pre-tertiary teacher union, do stand with our members and hereby declare a nationwide industrial action effective today. We declare an industrial action effective today, Wednesday, 20th March 2024, to press home our demand.
Isaac Owusu is the national president of the Ghana National Association of Teachers, NAT. Will stay on the education sector because the 2022 batch of the Coalition of Unemployed Trained Teachers has raised concerns with the Ghana Education Services recruitment process for trained teachers. According to the coalition, government is yet to post its members, although they completed their mandatory national service in December last year. Speaking to Citi News, Secretary of the Coalition of Unemployed Trained Teachers 2022 batch, Solomon Vodugu, says if the relevant authorities fail to address their concerns by the end of the month, they would advise themselves on their next line of action.
So it was 2022 that we completed, and 2023 last year was our national service period. January 2024 was our leave month. So from February, March is where we have the problem that we are unemployed. In fact, our agitation is based on numerous factors. That is, one, the trend of recruitment process by GES in the last 4 years. That was from 2019 to 2023. 2018 graduates, the diploma batch who started the national service. They started national service in January 2029. The portal was open for them. Our recruitment process started in December 2019. And when we come to 2019 graduates, they started their national service January 2020. The process started for them in September 2020. So they did not even finish before they started the recruitment process for them. I think we have exhausted the diplomatic steps because we tried to engage them but don't avail.
And that was the Secretary of the Coalition of Unemployed Trained Teachers 2022 batch, Solomon Vodugu. You're still listening to the Citi Prime News, broadcasting live from our studio in Adabraka, Accra. Still ahead, Ghana drops places on the latest World Happiness Report as the world marks International Day of Happiness. Today, we'll tell you more shortly. Please don't go away.
Citi Prime News at 12 midday. Update you on all the running stories and connect you to the newsmakers.
The month of March is Heritage Month on Citi FM and Citi TV, and we will be celebrating it in grand style with the theme Imagine Ghana, Discover the Unknown. We will discover the story of our people and customs, places, food, music, and fashion. Stay tuned to Citi TV and Citi FM every weekday to learn Guinean historical facts, heritage, and traditions with the on-air series on Breakfast Daily on Citi TV at 9:30 a.m. and on the biggest conversation on radio, the Citi Breakfast Show on Citi FM at 9 a.m. from the 1st to the 31st of March. The Heritage Month on-air series is proudly sponsored by Miss Cookie Spices. No peeling, no blending, just scoop and cook. Other exciting activities for the Heritage Month 2024 will include the evolution of High Life Music, a High Life Music expose on Citi TV and Citi FM, curated music on brunch in the city on Citi FM, What's Cooking special features on Citi TV, the Heritage Quiz on the Traffic Avenue on Citi FM. Catch the Heritage Caravan Diaries and Moments from the 3rd to the 10th of March on the Heritage Caravan. And the big one to crown the Heritage Month celebration, we will treat ourselves to delectable, authentic Ghanaian cuisine, music, dance, and many more at the Back to Your Village Food Festival from the 30th to the 31st of March 2024. Don't miss all the education, fun, and excitement on the Heritage Month 2024 this March, only on Citi TV and 97.3 Citi FM. The Heritage Month 2024 is powered by Citi TV with support from Citi FM.
Citi TV is live on DSTV, GoTV, and HD+. On DSTV, find us on channel 363. On GoTV, we're on channel 117, and on HD+, get us on channel 108. On a digital TV, run a new search, but take note that without an antenna, you cannot access Citi TV. Citi TV can be accessed on any free-to-air digital box like the GoTV and HD+ boxes. Citi TV, it's your world.
Citi Prime News at 12 midday. Update you on all the running stories and connect you to the newsmakers.
Yeah, welcome back. Thank you for staying with us. Moving on now, the Lasia Tolo Senior High School in the Upper West region remains closed 10 days after fire destroyed its multi-purpose dining hall. The fire consumed various assets of the school, including 900 new desks, 500 dining tables, and assorted food items valued at thousands of Ghana cedis. The decision to close down the school was taken by the district and regional directors of education due to the impact on the students. In an interview with Citi News, the accountant of the school, Timothy Fiagara, called for support in the construction of a temporary structure to ensure resumption of school activities.
It's a multi-purpose area. The kitchen is attached to it. And while the kitchen too bent, there wasn't anything. All the cooking utensils bent. The iron pots, the silvers, everything. And even the food stuff also got bent. Because that's where the stores too are. There are two stores attached to it. Everything bent. It was a tough moment at that time. So, but we were waiting for the officials, that the district director and that of the regional director of education, come and then confirm that whether we should close the school down. Because everything was burned down. The dining hall, the food staff, everything is joint. It's a joint building. So we had nothing to do or to cook for the students at that time. So it was necessary for us to close down the school. So when they came, they said we have to let them go. So at the moment, there's a committee set for the ad hoc committees got formed, and yesterday we had the final report. So we are now appealing to benevolent organizations to help us to see how we can put a temporary structure, and then let the fund trees come, and when the fund ones are also due to come, they also come and join.
Timothy Fiagara is the accountant at the Lasietolo Senior High School in the Upper West region. We'll stay on education because the National Union of Ghana Student NUCS is expressing deep concern over the alleged victimization of some student leaders by university authorities. The union says it has received complaints of several incidents of harassment, intimidation, and unfair treatment towards local NUCS leadership, raising serious questions about the state of student rights and academic freedom within higher educational institutions. Here's the president of NUCS, Daniel Oponchiem, speaking to City News on the issue.
Even Central University College and also CKT UTAS. Recently, for the past almost 2 years, TTEC and even Parliament has passed the 15% cap on all schools. That means no institution is supposed to increase their fees above the 15% capping that was brought by Parliament. But we get to CKT UTAS, former UDS Navrongo, and the school management has increased their fees more than 15%. We've had student leaders who've engaged them severally to ensure that they comply by the 15%. But at the end of the day, when they push, there's a whole lot of victimizations, and they are not even giving them that hearing. And now most of our students are at the verge of even deferring their programs because the management have decided to take an entrenched position and decide not to even listen to the student leaders. A similar example is in Central University College, when school fees are being paid and the session is deducted for SRC dues and all that. The student leaders approach dean of students and all that, even after the accrual of all the fees, demand funds to run the SRC program, demand funds to run welfare programs for students whose school fees has been deducted for dues. They approach dean of students, they approach management, and it's become a story that these students are not getting access to. And as they continuously push, it becomes a whole different story of a lot of threats and all these kind of. And it's something that's prevalent in other institutions as well.
Daniel Oponchiem is the president of the National Union of Ghana Student NUCS. President Akufo-Addo will launch the Ghana Smart Schools project next week as part of efforts to enhance e-learning and digitalization. The Ministry of Education says this move is to provide digital learning content and electronic devices to senior high schools and technical vocational education training schools nationwide. Spokesperson for the Education Ministry, Kwesi Kwarteng, says the project is in fulfillment of the Education for Sustainable Development agenda, which is considered a key driver for rapid socio-economic transformation.
The Ghana Smart Schools project is part of the broader education transformative agenda at the senior high schools level. Of course, it's part of the initiative to reposition Ghana's education to meet the 21st century demands. And so at this stage, the ministry is aligning efforts to enhance e-learning and digitalization. And then consequently, the President of Ghana, His Excellency Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo, will launch the Ghana Smart Schools project on Monday, 25th of March, 2024. I mean, clearly, this initiative aims to bolster senior high school education, obviously by providing teaching and learning management systems, digital learning content, and electronic device to all senior high schools and TVET schools nationwide, the 1,200 of them. And so what is going to happen with this initiative is that every student is going to get one tablet installed with learning materials to also be able to enhance education at the senior high schools level. And so the Ghana Smart Schools project largely is in fulfillment of the Education for Sustainable Development agenda, which is considered a key driver for rapid socio-economic transformation in Ghana.
Kwesi Kwarteng, a spokesperson for the Education Ministry. To more stories this afternoon, the National Democratic Congress has backed a statement by the IMF boss which suggested that the government engaged in excessive spending in the last election. The managing director of the International Monetary Fund, Kristalina Georgieva, while speaking to City News in an exclusive interview on Monday, admonished the government to learn lessons from excessive spending during election period. While speaking on City TV's face-to-face show, the communications officer of the NDC, Sami Jemfi, charged the government to desist from attributing the economic mess to COVID-19.
We should be thanking COVID. Because of COVID, this government had $2 billion from the IMF, who gave us even $100 million to fix Zoom. Because of COVID, the World Bank gave us more than $1 billion. Because of COVID, the Bank of Ghana printed 10 billion cedis for this government in 2020 alone. In 2022, Bank of Ghana printed 45 billion. In 2016, when we're facing all those external shocks, the central bank printed zero Ghana cedis for the then government. So if you have had,
we don't have
in Essex, listen, to whom much is given, much is expected.
Yeah.
If the government has had 18 billion cedis more than the 12 billion they needed to solve or to contain COVID, they cannot continue to make COVID an excuse for their own failings. As I told you, and the World Bank country director to Ghana has said so, Mr. Laporte. He said Ghana's economy faced signs of serious challenges even before COVID. Because before COVID,
he has also underscored
debt to GDP under John Mahama had increased. Debt to GDP had increased from 56% under John Mahama. The Minister for Finance.
Yes.
He says that this government is not in this mess only because of COVID, but because of reckless spending. Have you seen it?
Yes.
Sami Jemfi is the communications officer of the National Democratic Congress. We'll stay on politics because a political science lecturer at the University of Ghana, Dr. Issa Asante, has described as unnecessary the letter from the presidency to Parliament on the anti-gay bill. The president in the letter directed Parliament to refrain from transmitting the anti-gay bill to him until a determination is made by the Supreme Court on the matter. In an interview with Citi News, the political scientist criticized the handling of the situation by the president.
The letter written by the executive secretary to the president, for me, was just unnecessary. It shouldn't have come. But I support the president's position that he is waiting for Supreme Court to finish the work that is before them, that is to decide on the case that is before them before he will act. I support the call of the president because if you recall, the previous one, as against the e-levy bill and all that, you saw the criticisms that went against us. And now people are saying that he's picking and choosing. If that was wrong, then we want to believe that the president wants to do the right thing this time around. So when he said, let us wait, I don't see the problem. I don't see that.
Dr. Asante is a political science lecturer at the University of Ghana. A year in a row dropped on the World Happiness Report, ranking 120th out of 143 countries. The report by the United Nations Sustainable Development Solutions Network ranks countries based on their average life evaluations with a key focus on perceptions of corruption, having a sense of freedom, on generosity, among others. Ghana's rank on the World Happiness Report was 95th in 2021, 111th in 2022, and 120th in 2024. Ghana is just 23 spots from being the unhappiest country in the world. The International Day of Happiness, which is celebrated on March 20th each year, assesses the happiest and least happy nations and the factors leading to both outcomes. Now, for the 7th year in a row, Finland has also maintained its position as the world's happiest country. Well, some Ghanaians have been reacting to this report.
A lot more things are going very bad, in the country. We don't have jobs. Look at our energy crisis. Look at the telecom recently. Food prices. So I think I agree with the reports. It's very bad. If we can have, a change in direction, change of policy, I think all these things will affect. So I don't think Ghana currently is a good country. I don't think we are happy. No, I don't think we are happy. And a lot more people will attest, to this. Yeah, I believe so. We are not happy. Our friends in other countries, when you chat with them, they tell you other good things about their country. But I don't think I can boast of Ghana currently. I even want to even relocate. Yeah.
You see, the youth, we don't have any work to do. So if the government would like to provide us some work, we'll be happy.
In Ghana here, we are suffering a lot. I can see that the president of Ghana is very bad. Since the day he came to power, we've been suffering. He's been increasing price, especially fuel. I'm sure he's not happy because at first I used to work. But as I'm talking to you, I'm not working. My job has spoiled because of the president, the government. At first, we used to work at Adan, the salt mining company.
Well, those were some unhappy Ghanaians. They're sharing their thoughts on the World Happiness Report, which has ranked Ghana 120th out of 143 countries. But that's our package for you for this afternoon's edition of the Citi Prime News, which has been live from our studio at Adabraka in Accra. For more news, please visit citinewsroom.com. My name is Ajwa Tinkrama Domina. Many thanks for listening. Stay happy. Good afternoon.
City News. We speak first. Reach our hotline on 0302 224959 and get interactive on Facebook, Citi 97.3 FM, and on Twitter at Citi 973.
Citi 97.3. More variety.